Hey everyone, Derek here with your June market check-in. We're going to look at how Nanaimo is bucking the trend based on other areas in Canada. We're going to look at the job numbers and obviously the discussion on rate cuts and what's going to happen. But let's focus on the numbers and what they really say for the Nanaimo first, then Vancouver Island and beyond. So let's dive in. So first of all, Nanaimo snapshot, sales picked up 474 single family homes sold in June. That's 34% more than last year and 60% above May. Condos dipped about 6% year over year, but edged up 4% month to month. Balanced supply. So we're roughly looking at around 6 months of inventory, which basically keeps everything nice and even. 6 months is that breaking point there. The benchmark single family home price actually edged up 2% year over year. So around 837,000 was the price. Condos, we're looking at 406,000, down slightly about 1%. Townhouses, 554,000. That's also up 2%. So really nice to see some slight increases in prices still. Neighborhood buzz, like always, North Nanaimo, View Homes, and downtown are seeing the most activity in the last month. One of my most recent reports I did a bit more of a deep dive on property types, price per square foot, and most popular areas. So that's in our blog section there. So when we look at this, we always ask, what does it mean for buyers? Well, of course, always have pre-approvals locked in before you tour. Good listings are going fast. So if you sit on something, you might still see multiple offers. And sellers that are pricing near that benchmark price, you're going to capture that summer demand and you're not going to be lingering on the market. So again, these are things you can discuss with us, if you're thinking of listing your home or looking at purchasing a house. So going out a little bit, we're going to look at Vancouver Island. So island-wide, the benchmark is around 803,000. That's 2% above last year as well. We also are seeing around a 6-month supply for that as well. So again, negotiations are civil. There's no frenzied overbidding that we saw back in 2021. So this is really good for both buyers and sellers. We always talk about lifestyle, and of course, we're seeing a lot of people, when we're talking to our Vancouver network, that are trading lower mainland traffic for island trails. So that's continuing to, increase our demand here as well. Comox up 4% year over year, and the North Island is up 9% year over year. So the whole island is doing quite well versus what we're going to be talking about in the rest of Canada. What this means, though, we're going to talk about steady prices. We're not talking about runaway prices, based on the next 60 to 90 days. That's what we expect. Buyers still can negotiate on inspection sometimes and repairs. Sellers obviously must make sure their homes are prepared and presented well. Again, that's why we offer a handyman service, because it's so hard to fine tune some of those details. So we want to make sure when our listings go out that they're dialed in. Now let's take a step back and look at what's going on in Canada. So right now we're seeing a 7% unemployment. Now that's the highest since 2016. That's outside, of course, the COVID spike. Inflation is still running under that 2%, I think around 1.7%. So comfortable, and that's well within Bank of Canada's target. So what this means is we're seeing a softer labor market, and cooling inflation gives the Bank of Canada room to trim rates later this year. We think that's going to happen. So for anybody that's going to be shopping in the fall, we may see another hit into the market. So the big city reality check that we were talking about, I'm going to pull up 2 charts here. First of all, never seen this before. In Toronto, pre-construction condos are at a 58 months worth of inventory. That's an all-time high. Metro Vancouver, single family detached, not condos, we're looking at about a 10-month supply. So that, looking at the chart, you can see that over the period of time. The 60 to 90 day outlook that we're looking at, again, we may see a 25 basis point cut by October. Again, that's if the CPI stays within the target range as well. We're going to expect to see modest rise in listings as summer sellers, we're going to start testing the waters. But again, not enough to dip, Nanaimo out of balance on that months of supply. When we look at the balanced market, we've got 6 months. You look at Vancouver, you look at the other areas, we're doing quite well. We've seen increases in prices. Nanaimo is still an awesome place to invest. And if unemployment stays where it's at or goes a bit higher, I think you're going to see a lot more people taking money off the table and coming to Nanaimo. In my last deep dive, as I was saying, I really looked at other house styles, what was selling, what wasn't. And Sinclair on my team here, he's going to be doing a deep dive into the luxury market, and months of supply obviously change in those, so he'll go through that. And Rigby's going to be doing South Nanaimo, the Harborview District, and how that's an up and coming area. So watch for that, along with our radio deep dive show on exactly what's going on. Thanks again for watching.